That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! It's Sunday afternoon in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Downtown Brew Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. Your beer, we're so glad you're alive in the alley,
Hello,
and welcome to Live in the Alley!
Someone today suggested to me that with the cold weather upon us, we should just get a faux backdrop of an alley, hang out in the bar, maybe kick our feet up, nice little fireplace. No. We are dumb enough to do this non-paying job in the worst temperatures possible.
And we've done it plenty of times.
And we'll do it again. Although today has turned out to be a crisp,
decent.
clear, beautiful, non-hell freezing breeze that what it was earlier today.
Oh, man.
It was
Well, you know
chilly.
better than I.
I do, because I'm a weatherman in my side job.
I know.
I'm a construction dude, a show host, and a meteorologist. I almost said proctologist. Wouldn't that have been funny? Say it. You can say it's a shitty job. I'm waiting for. All right. Josh has a stat he'd like to share with us.
I can't remember it. I'll tell it later.
And it'll pop up. We'll be in the middle of something, and he'll just start talking about the stat.
4,668 yards.
Is
The amount that Josh Allen has run for.
what?
No, in his career.
He's run for 4,000 yards?
I could be wrong.
And if you're not wrong, it's great.
Maybe it's, I don't know. See, that's why I should have. Anyways,
Hey, Mac Jones.
4,664 yards.
No, that's the right one.
That's
Yeah.
what Devin Singletary has run for.
Oh,
Something
okay.
Like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Something like that.
He had 76 yards last week.
Yes. Good
Speaking
move.
of rushing yards, you know how many Mac Jones has this year, the Patriots quarterback?
7.
Ooh, more.
8.
T9. He does. He has less than 100 yards rushing on 34 carries. So collapse the pocket once and head on. Jimmer's checking his stats to make sure. Uh-oh. Wi-Fi password. Do you want to share? No, Dave, I don't want to share the password with you. Do I want to share it with you? Oh, my God.
Oh.
Jeez Louise.
Well, you know what? He had a couple of rushes last year against us.
Who did?
Mac Jones.
In the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so mad.
Oh, yeah,
he has no business running.
No, he's that guy that when he
But-
takes off, you're just like, could he just fall already?
How?
Your linebacker's not chasing him down. It's something crazy. So yeah, there's that. I thought Jimmer was looking up stats to confirm or deny that one. I'm afraid of him. Okay.
Me too.
Happy Thanksgiving. That is come and gone.
Oh, yeah.
The Bills won.
Hope you enjoyed your turkey. The Bills won. A tough one.
2-game winning streak.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, everyone could say, before the game, well, they're the Lions, you should kick the Lions' butt. They were on a couple-game winning streak. Three-game winning streak.
They played tough.
Their running back has, the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL. I mean, and he got another one against the Bills. And Josh Allen threw another red zone interception, which is like 5, I think, on the season in the red zone. Not good. He used to be a red zone killer. The Bills used to get inside the 20.
Used to be the best.
And it was, it was great.
Now he's
Not.
bottom quarter of the league, I believe.
Speaking of top quarter of the league, there's a bad segue.
I wasn't talking about the top quarter.
I know. So the Bills beat the Lions anyway. Tyler Bass, game-winning field goal after missing an extra point, so that was a big pickup. A little bit of a disappointment through the first 3 quarters was Allen and, the invisible Stephon Diggs. He's been there all year, and I guess he was there when they needed him to be at the end of the game. The touchdown and then the big, huge play to open up the last drive.
He won us the game.
Yeah.
And everyone else kept us in the game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, almost in spite of themselves at some point.
Yeah.
The offense should be better. Diggs, by the way, he's third in the NFL in receiving yards.
Not
you know,
bad.
he's top three in catches. I mean, he's all world, but he is their receivers. Like, he is the receiving core. And we need today to see a little bit more out of everybody else, I think. Although McKenzie had a real good game, too. 6 catches for 86 yards against the Lions and a touchdown. And he looked like he did last year against New England. He was jittery. You know,
yeah.
He needs to be a jitterbug to keep people open. One cool stat I saw come up in the game, which I think is kind of bizarre. It's a third down stat for the Bills offense. Last year, in 2021, the Bills, for the season, were 46% on third down, that's going to get you in the top 2
That's
every
pretty
year.
good. Yeah.
This year, they are 50.78 on third down, which is second in the league to probably the best team in the league, to the Chiefs, on third down. So over half the time, they're picking up third down conversions. That's really good.
Also, a lot of the time we skip the third down.
This is true, too.
I don't know what the percentages is on that, but
The Bills in Kansas City see third down the fewest times in the NFL between the two teams, that's insanity. The thing I thought was very interesting about third down, and people are like, oh, the Bills' big play offense is kind of down right now anyway, in the middle of the season. The Bills are still over 40% on 3rd and 10 or longer. The next closest team, percentage-wise, on 3rd and 10 or longer is 29.
that's
So almost half the time, if it's 3rd and 10 or longer, you can kind of guess they're going to get close or get it. That's a crazy stat for as much as the Bills' offense has seemed to take a
up
dip.
and down. Yeah, well, a lot of that I think is Josh Allen rushing as well. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, he'll drop back and just see a lane and go.
Right. How many other guys, less than five or less?
Besides you and me could do that. No one.
If I'm on your shoulders, look out. Then we're running really fast. We got 4 legs. Only 2 are actually running, but 4 legs is the kicker. So I thought that was a cool stat.
Yeah. That's
The
great.
Bills, obviously, as a Bills fan right now, there's no reason to be really disappointed. The expectations were lofty. We're still 8-3. We have 3 huge divisional games coming up.
This is going to define our season, I think, kind of.
Right. We started off tonight on the road at New England, then we're home against the Jets, and we're home against Miami. So, I mean, it is. You're right. Like, it could define the season. So, I hate to say it, I guess it's a wait and see.
Well, let's just win.
Yeah.
That's it.
Win. I mean,
win these games.
They're 0-2 in the division. If they win these next 3, they'll put them on a 5-game winning streak. It'll put them
First place.
3-2 in the division, first place, and more than likely the number 1 seed. You got Kansas City and Cincinnati playing late on Sunday, and Miami is playing San Francisco.
Yeah.
So there's a big afternoon coming up. Here we go. It's shaping up to rock and roll. And I don't know what week the Tampa Bay game was last year. Do you remember that game?
It was this week, I believe.
The Bills were down to Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay like 24-3 at the half. Storm back, get to overtime, eventually lose the game, and then don't lose again to the playoffs. Like, they got a kick in the ass moment. And I'm kind of hoping that, like, the Lions game was a little bit of a, we're here, we're still here, and we can still pull it out at the end. And I'm hoping that kickstarts the rest of, kickstarts the stretch for them.
It may have been the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh, before the Saints game?
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, because the Indy game's thrown in there, too.
Well, I don't even know.
Either way,
Why am I even here?
we could all ask ourselves that, Josh. We could all. Right, Dave? But we know why Jim's here. And that's to tell. I tried to fill in for you last week. I read the email. I did my best.
Good job.
But it's nothing like the real thing.
This guy.
Do you have a hiccup? Frog in your throat?
This guy.
Are you okay?
Let's do
Jives
with Jimmy!
It's time for Jive with Jim. Here's Jimmer. He's pretty smart.
Guys, how are you doing?
It's good to see you.
Good to have you back, Jimmer.
Good to be back.
We
Good.
missed you.
Yeah.
I miss you guys too.
Thanks for keeping everyone's electricity going.
I do what I can, man. Someone's got to keep the lights on.
Jimmer's out there shooting all the squirrels that chew through the lines.
He's electric.
Ooh, boogie, boogie, boogie. That's what his actual position is, a squirrel shooter.
Well, when I wasn't shooting squirrels this week, I was reading up on New England. And they come in today last place in the AFC East. Not used to saying that.
Who isn't last place in the AFC East?
3 other teams.
That's right, damn it.
That is a little bit misleading, though, because they are 6-5. They'd be no worse than tied for second in 5 other divisions in the league.
Question.
Yes.
Is the AFC East and the NFC East the only 2 divisions in football where all 4 teams have winning records?
Correct.
Bang! I'm done with my question.
All right. And New England would actually be in first place in the NFC South.
Well, who wouldn't be? I think we
Not
would
the
be,
NFC
too.
South guys.
Well, the 3 of us, me on Josh's shoulders and Jimmer in tow.
Now, other teams that the Bills have played so far this year, they have kind of a pattern. All right, Minnesota, basically all their games are 1-score games. Miami, hate to say this, but every game Tua has started and finished, Miami has won. Detroit, it's always going to be a high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Not New England. New England all over the board.
What's wrong with them, Jim? Or what's up with them?
No, down with them.
Ah.
Well, they're 3-3 at home. Home field, not that much of an advantage. 3-2 away. Not that great on the road. They've had 4 one-score games, 3 wins by double digits, 3 losses by double digits. No consistency whatsoever.
Yeah.
No, and they got smoked at home on Monday night against the Bears.
Yes, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
Jesus. Better stop.
Now, New England has had their most success this year with their defense. Good numbers for their D. 9th defense in both rushing and passing. Number 4 in total D, 6th in scoring D. And after having a total of 36 sacks all of last season, they're up to 37 already so far this season. 2nd in the league as a team, to only Dallas. Spearheading the way for the D is linebacker Matthew Judon.
That guy is awesome.
He is.
Not bad.
Leads the league with 13 sacks. And tonight's game at New England, 10 of his 13 sacks have been at home.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird stat.
Yeah. Ah, good for him.
And he's not the only one. Linebacker Josh, I'm not sure how you say this last name. It's
Savali. Oh.
Oh, so that one I know how to say. This one is spelled U-C-H-E, so I'm going to Uche. Josh
I
Uche.
think you're right.
Yuka without the R.
He's had a sack in 3 of the last 4 games. Now, New England needs their offense to be more productive if they want to have a shot at a wild card. I'm not saying I want their offense to be productive, but
You're just saying what they have to do.
exactly.
Patriot Pat over here.
Now, their numbers on offense, 23rd in rushing, 19th in passing, 21st overall, 18th in scoring.
First and sucking.
Now, none of the Patriots' skill players are ranked that high whatsoever. The highest is running back Ramondre Stevenson. He is the highest. He's 15th in the league in rushing.
And he's a tough guy to tackle. Just saying, from experience.
Is this when you were on top of Josh's shoulders?
Yeah, we had to tackle him. It was almost impossible, but of course we did it.
All right.
I had Billy on my shoulder.
I'm reaching out 7 feet away, pouring shots of Ice 101. All right. Anyway,
Anyways, their highest ranked receiver is Jacoby Myers. He's only 33 in the league. Quarterback Mac Jones, he is 26th in passing yardage. In Jones's defense, he did miss some games this season after he got hurt. Got hurt week 3 versus Baltimore. Next game versus Green Bay. Brian Hoyer started the game, but within like seconds, he was out with like a head injury.
yeah.
In came rookie Bailey Zappi. Zappi has actually played good in the time he's been out there. He got the Pats to overtime versus Green Bay when he wasn't expected to start. Won his next 2 starts versus Detroit and Cleveland. Week 7 versus Chicago, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
He started. He was pulled for one series where Mac Jones came in, and they yanked Mac Jones after one series. Zappi back in.
Touchdown.
Yeah. New England got shellacked that game. 33-14 by the Bears.
That was fun to watch.
The Bears also ran for like 200 and something yards in the
Something
game.
astronomical.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, Chicago does still lead the league in rushing for the.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, They have a quarterback who does that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
plays. When he
And
plays.
he's good. Yeah, when he plays, Jimmer, you'd know something about that.
Yep. And Jones has been back as the starting quarterback ever since. Now, last week, Thanksgiving night, New England lost at Minnesota. I don't know about you guys, but I only made it to halftime.
I didn't make it to halftime. Nope.
Josh?
I made it the whole way.
All right.
I was passed out.
Well, they
From
lost
Turkey.
And
a few of them. Yeah. Minnesota won the game 33-26. You can't blame Jones for the loss. He threw for a career high of 382 yards, 28 completions, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You can blame the loss on self-inflicted errors by the Patriots. Those errors include, let's see here, offense.
Running with scissors. No.
I think that was in the third quarter. But offense, 0 for 3 in the red zone. Minnesota had a kickoff return for a touchdown. New England's defense, 5 penalties called on them that created first downs for Minnesota. The worst one being in the fourth quarter. Minnesota was punting. New England flagged for running into the kicker.
Yeah.
Minnesota gets the ball back, scores the winning touchdown.
What are they, Poland in the World Cup? Yellow card joke. All right.
Injury-wise, for tonight's game, Bill Belichick team, ton of players listed as questionable.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of them.
Pages of them.
But for the Pats, 2 players definitely ruled out are offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn and running back Damian Harris. Now, Harris, he's had recent success against the Bills.
I was going to say, he's kind of a Bills killer, especially in the red zone.
Past 3 times they've played, Harris has had over 100 yards, and he scored a touchdown the past 3 games they played as well. Looking at him last year, Bills and the Patriots. Teams split in the regular season. New England won at Buffalo 14-10 in Week 13.
70-mile-an-hour winds.
And I think the Tampa Bay game was either the game before that or after that.
It was after. Because
Okay.
after that game, we didn't lose again.
There
What
you
week
go.
are we in now?
We are Week 12.
So we ain't even close.
I don't even know.
Shit.
Well, then Buffalo
We should
won.
do some research.
Why? we got Jim.
That's true.
I'm not shooting squirrels, you know.
That's right.
Buffalo won in New England in Week 16, 33-21.
And then what happened the next time they played?
Then Buffalo walloped the Pats in the wild card game, 47-17.
How many punts did the Bills have?
I believe that would be none.
How many field goals did the Bills have?
That I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's 0.
Okay.
How many drives not ending in a score did the Bills have?
That would be 0.
1. It was the end
One?
of the half.
Okay.
The perfect game.
Slackers.
7 for 7 touchdowns.
All right, and I'm just going to finish up with some numbers. Bills have beaten
4.
New England in 4 of the last 5. Average margin of victory is 18.5 points.
Holy. Oh, well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to mention the shellacking, but you did it for me. That was one of the coolest things, as a Bills fan or any sports fan.
Yeah,
like when your
nuts.
team faces a rival at home and totally waxes them.
Especially in the playoffs.
Especially-
In the playoffs.
And it's the Patriots.
Yes, and it was 12 degrees outside. I was like,
Yeah, it was
football,
pretty cold.
Allen had more touchdowns than incompletions in the game
And Fitzpatrick's in the stands with,
with
the
no
shirt
shirt
off.
on. By the way, Josh,
Who played for Washington?
that season, Josh Allen was warming up in a Ryan Fitzpatrick jersey tonight.
I saw
before the
that.
game.
I saw that.
That's it for the Patriots for me.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
All right. I
Thank
tried
you,
to figure out.
Jimmer.
I tried to figure out the ones we didn't do last year.
Uh-oh.
But since you brought up rookie Bailey Zappi,
Western Kentucky.
okay, where'd he go before that?
Brockton, I don't know.
He went to Western Kentucky as a grad student transfer. First, he was at Houston Baptist.
Oh.
But in his final year at Western Kentucky, he set the FBS record for passing yards and touchdowns in a season. It was pretty incredible. So these are really obscure, and if you don't get it, it's because you didn't do your research. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne.
Missouri?
Nope. Think more northwest.
Northwestern.
Northwest, but east.
Montana.
No. Northwest, but you had it right the first time.
Washington State.
But Easter.
Idaho.
Eastern Michigan University.
Oh.
Kicker Nick Folk.
Arizona.
Yeah, all right.
Got that one.
That was good.
He
I
just
didn't
played for
give
the
a
Jets.
fuck where he was
Oh, that's
from.
okay. You mentioned it earlier, the sack leader in the NFL, Judon.
Pine Valley.
You're pretty
No,
close.
it's some type of valley.
Oh my God! How did he fucking know this shit? It's Grand Valley.
All right.
Jesus,
Oh,
Jimmer.
wow.
Before we get into quick picks, Aaron is sick, by the way. Give him your best well wishes.
Get well, Aaron.
Get well, Aaron. He's not feeling. Hey, Scott. Scott, former celebrity guest appearancer Scott Rowland in the house. He's gonna rip his music off the show because I won't call him Scott Reynolds. And by the way, Scott, I didn't mean what I said about your glasses, and I apologize.
Scott Rowland on December 1st since 1993. No, I don't know.
Oh, he's the guy with two shoelaces.
Pretty good.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott, for being here. We really do enjoy your presence. Fine company. Real quick, the Bills. One weird thing about the game tonight, and Jimmer, it might be a little hard to lend your info, but you're up with everything. The Bills, Christian Benford is on the IR. The other rookie quarterback, Kara Elam, the first-round draft pick, is benched tonight, inactive.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious
surprised to see
White,
that.
obviously back last week, played 15 snaps, but they must think it's going to be White and Dane Jackson out there today
No doubt.
in defense.
The
It's just
whole time.
odd that he's a rookie first-round pick. Why wouldn't you have him in there for depth? Although he has given up he hasn't been terrible, but the Bills are notorious for you screwed up, you sit.
That's why we don't coach, Billy.
Then again, too, New England not known for their passing game.
And that's another big thing.
Mac
They
Jones
put
got
it-
382 last week, but Minnesota has the worst passing defense in the league.
I did think that weird. How many times in a losing effort does a quarterback have a career high in passing yards? It seems to happen a lot. And guys like Kirk Cousins, they'll throw for 480 yards and they'll lose by 15. It just seems to be, it's a weird, you're playing catch up probably a lot of the time.
Exactly.
In the game. But it just seems like, okay, career high and you lost. Who gives a shit? Whatever. The Bills also placed Von Miller on the 4-week IR today, which I feel as if when Miller got hurt in the game last week, and if it was Friday morning and they came out and said, all right, he's gone for a month, you'd be like, all right, okay, that's the best of the worst case scenario. Instead, we live with it for a week. He says on his podcast that, hey, I hope to be back by the Jets game. 24 hours later, he's done for 4 weeks. And maybe that's the Bills protecting him from himself.
Indeed.
And they have an investment in Miller, too, just as he has an investment in, playing to make money. But if that's their idea of saying, you know what, rest them. We have Greg Rousseau and A.J. Epinesa back on the defensive line and healthy. Shaq Lawson's Shaq Lawson. So let Miller sit out the month, get healthy, get the knee scoped, whatever they have to do.
Yep.
So I just thought it was interesting that all that news came out. But
And Tremaine Edmonds is back.
and Tremaine Edmonds, right. You lose
So
one
there's
guy.
a lot. There's 3 guys coming back.
It's almost a little addition by
Yeah.
subtraction because you have more roster spots if you put them on the, not raw, but active
Well, yeah,
players.
yeah.
If and the Bills love to spin guys in and out.
Yep.
With Edmonds, you could tell everybody, he's in a contract year, and everybody for the last couple of years, where is he on the field, this and that. You
He's
could
great.
see how well
great.
he's a pass.
He's been great.
Pass coverage, running, everything. Him and Milano on the field at the same time. It has to be one of the top linebacker duos. They tackle, they
pass,
hit, they cover.
everything.
They
Yeah.
cover exceptionally well. It's kind of ridiculous. So I just want to get your feel on that. It's probably a good thing, right? If you know he's going to be back, which I think they're hoping for.
He should be. And
Right.
like you said, with all the other people coming back, that helps everything else.
The number
You know what
one
I'm saying?
defense in the NFL last year, Von Miller wasn't on the team.
Yep.
Great. Now, granted, would it have helped us in the playoffs? That's where the whole conversation comes up. Sure. But we can still do that. It's no doubt. We're still pretty damn good without him.
I have
So-
another thing to bring up here.
Oh.
Go right ahead.
John Brown.
Oh, yeah. Holy smokes.
What do you
Ah!
think? How about John Brown? I think he's active.
He is
He is.
Yeah,
he is
Did
active.
did see that.
I think he'll be playing today. That's a big move for a team that has been struggling a little.
You might be missing a
Moving
little
the ball.
step. He's a speed depth guy. He hasn't caught a ball in 78 weeks. That's
He hasn't been around in a while, but
Right.
I
But
mean, it's a big to sign him this week, and then big to put
activate
him on the active roster.
And it's familiarity with your quarterback.
Yep.
Who might need a guy he's been playing with these guys, but he might need just one more other guy to know that, hey, I know how to throw this guy.
Hey, this guy's fast. I'm just going to throw it out there. He's going to get it.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So cool. Yeah, that's some cool. The Von Miller thing is kind of like, oof. And the rest of it is trending upwards. And hopefully Allen's seemed to be nagging elbow injury is kind of trending in the right direction
He
as well.
practiced all week,
Yep.
from what I understand.
You understand, right?
Me and Sal Capaccio were talking.
You and Sal.
He talked to me. It was over radio.
So I don't know if fans of the show ever, like Aaron, who's not here. I know. We're the fans. We call Aaron's nickname is sometimes Little Chili. And
That's his rap name.
This is his rap name. And so I thought of this event from a couple years ago where a certain co-host of the show called into WGR to say hello and good morning, especially to Little Chili.
That was like 10 years ago.
They were on their way to the game.
Yep.
We were not invited. Anyway. This is great. I'm having a great time. You know what the best part is? Probably the internet's down everywhere. Nobody's watching this. This is so much fun. Jimmer just goes back to shooting squirrels.
As soon as I'm done.
Well, no, aren't you going to watch the game with us?
Well, there'll be like 15, 20 minutes in between. So.
Are you off tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Jimmer doesn't work a Friday from like July on, so.
Maybe not that much, but kind of close.
Fine, August. Neither does Newton, so, well, that's every day. Anyway. It's time for Quick Picks.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Quick Picks.
Who's going to win the college football playoff championship?
Oh, we're just jumping right to the championship?
Right now you have the number
Alabama,
one team.
Michigan.
No, Alabama. No.
I'm sorry, not Alabama, Georgia.
Michigan, TCU, USC. Who's going to win it all?
Who do I want to win or who do I think is going to win?
Who do you want to win?
I want to see Michigan. Why not?
Why not TCU?
Okay.
They do have Hypnotoad, all hail Hypnotoad. Any team but Southern Cal, Georgia, so those two are out. I'd like to see it. I don't think, with the way the seedings worked out, I think Michigan TCU would be, not a great ratings game, but I think it'd be a hoot and a
That's
holler.
probably going to be number 2 versus number 3.
Yeah, right. And Michigan against Ohio State, 5 touchdowns over 45 yards. It was awesome. Good for Harbaugh. I mean, I hate Ohio State, so I guess I don't care.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I fell asleep. So it wasn't that fun.
Southern Cal's only in because they whipped up on some team from Indiana the other night. So, but their quarterback is Caleb Williams. I mean, he looks like Mahomes
Heisman
in
contender.
a different jersey. Yeah, he's great. So yeah, I mean, I'd be cool with Michigan and I'd be cool with TCU.
But I think Georgia's going to do it. That's who I think, not who I want.
Georgia might have the best 3-year span of a defense in college football history.
Right.
They are just suffocating. They might even beat the worst team in the NFL, which would be the Georgia versus the Texans. I mean, the Texans by 100, but still, it'd be fun.
All right.
Green Bay at Chicago.
All right. Over the last 30 matchups between the two, Green Bay is 23-7 against the spread. Aaron Rodgers left last week's game with a rib injury.
But he owns Chicago.
He does. Earlier in the week, he said he does plan on playing. Lately, though, he is open to the idea of being shut down for the year.
Isn't that what he said? Was it on the guy's podcast there that he said he'd be open to that?
I just saw the headline on it.
Yeah,
Who's the guy? Oh, Pat McAfee.
Okay.
He's on his show every week or whatever.
And ESPN announced that Justin Fields was full participant practice for Chicago today. So he's probably going to play. I'm going to go Chicago. Sounds like Green Bay's kind of packing it in.
I'm not going to show any love for Green Bay. Football fan would get that. I'm going to go with Chicago.
I kind of have a soft spot for Chicago for no reason. But we play them in a couple weeks. But I hate Aaron Rodgers. But if Jordan Love is a quarterback, I mean, that guy got put in a bad spot. But
A lot of butts.
I honestly think if Fields is anywhere close to the way he's turned into the guy that everybody thought they would, the coaches kind of took the reins off him a little bit. He is an explosive player when he doesn't complain about the fans. I'm going, but with a tie.
Oh.
I haven't picked a tie
Tie
all
right
year.
off the bat.
That's right.
You know what I was scared of last week?
What?
The Bills tie.
Ooh.
It could happen.
I thought it was close.
It was very
Well,
close.
it was close.
Steve-O says there's too many strap-on beards in Ohio. We once were on a trip, Steve-O and I, and we were at a rest stop, and the cops went flying by, and they were looking for somebody, and we're at this gas station, and these 3 people get out, and they have, like, the fake beards. And Barb's like, look at that guy. And we're like, what? It's just a dude. And Barb's like, that's a fake beard. And they turn around, there's 3 of them with fake beards on, and that's who there's helicopters and everything. And that's who the cops were chasing. Oh, yeah.
So you guys ditch your fake beards? So you
Oh, yeah, Barb's is really awkward. Anyway, this is going to take forever. Steelers at Atlanta.
All right, I got Atlanta getting 1. Atlanta 4-2 against the spread. They're past 6 at home. But 1-5 against the spread. They're past 6. I think Pittsburgh's kind of turning it around a little bit. I'm going the Steelers.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh. They're on that 1-game win streak. You know, you can't stop that.
But the Steelers gave up a kind of an okay, decent lead to the Colts the other night, who were being coached by, I don't know, your high school gym teacher at this point, former NFLer Jeff Saturday, who cannot manage the clock at all. Atlanta was on the road against Washington last week and was 1 tipped interception away from taking the lead at the end of the game against the Washington team who's been playing really, really well as of late. Mariota is showing signs of being okay. Kyle Pitts out for the season, though, but I'll take Atlanta at home. I don't think the Steelers are that deserving of getting the edge as the road team right now.
Yeah, it's only a 1-point spread.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of 1-point spreads, this one is not, but you might be able to tell me different. Jets at Minnesota.
Minnesota is giving 3. If Minnesota wins and if Detroit loses this week, Minnesota will be the first team to win their division this year.
Wow, it's that big of a gap.
That big of a gap. Ain't going to happen.
Oh!
Mike freaking White taking the Jets.
But
Mike freaking White. Sorry, Jimmer. I don't see it happening. Somehow the Vikings win. And I don't think they're good, but they win.
You're
I'm
entitled to
taking
your
the
opinion.
Vikings.
Mike White looked exceptional on Sunday. But it was against the Bears in a driving rainstorm, which is still pretty crazy to have that good a stat. But if Minnesota wins, they will sweep the AFC East. But I'm going to take Minnesota at home because I hate you, Jimmer. All right. In what was the game of the week I felt on Sunday afternoon, Jaguars coming back to beat the Ravens at home. It was great. It was really cool. It felt bad for Lamar, but the Jaguars, they went for the kills. Former Bills, Zay Jones out there making plays. And the coach, Doug Peterson, said after they went for a 2-point conversion, got it, won the game. Doug Peterson said after the game, he goes, I was like kind of mulling over the call, like I wanted to go for it, and everybody on the team's going, come on, coach, we're going for 2. So that was pretty cool to see them like have some fun with it. They're at the Lions, who just lost to the Bills. By the way, the Bills, the first team in the NFL franchise to win 2 games in a row on the same playing site that isn't their home in the regular season.
Got it.
But
All right. USA
the
Today.
Lions, if you forgot the game.
USA Today had Detroit giving half a point.
The vaunted half a point.
Now, you
spread.
mentioned Jacksonville coming back last week.
I did.
That is the first time in Jacksonville's franchise history that they've been down by a minimum of 7 points with less than a minute to go, that they won a game.
Cool. In their history?
In their history.
It's like 26 years?
So in games where they've been down by 7, minimum of 7 with less than a minute to go, Jacksonville is 1-183.
What?
Wow.
No, I didn't research every single game, but I read that stat and I
Yeah.
thought it was good. But with that being said, I'm going Detroit.
Well, I have a stat for you, Jimmer.
Fire away.
This is the 4th time this year that the Ravens have blown such a big lead. And such a big lead, I mean this much.
Oh, yeah?
The Ravens keep blowing leads, and that has nothing to do with this game.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to go Jacksonville, I guess. They look all right.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I mean, the Bills and Jags, it was over 50 points. That's okay. I mean, or Bills and Lions. The Lions, you figure they're going to be a high-scoring game. The Jaguars mascot. Anybody see him?
Did see him.
It was a fellow with a giant jaguar head and a yellow body paint and American flag thong. And he was doing like goose step kicks in the end zone. For that reason only, Jaguars by 1,000. Titans at Eagles.
Titans at Eagles. Where are we here? Tennessee has played 5 teams with a winning record so far this year. They're 1-4. I'm going Philadelphia. And the spread was Philadelphia giving 4.5.
I'm just rooting for the Titans because I want the Eagles to lose. I'm not worried about the Titans at all.
Okay, that's right. I was going to say,
Eagles lose, Titans by a half a point.
Eagles won by double digits the other night against Green Bay only because they should have won by quadruple digits. They could have blown that game wide open. They let Green Bay stay in it, and Green Bay stinks. I'm going Titans on the road. Titans, I think, are legit, but I'm not afraid I'm in the same boat. And Eagles. Yeah. The Cleveland massage rapists against the Texans.
Texans getting 7. Who's playing quarterback for Cleveland?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'm
Crappy stuff about the Browns.
going with the crappy Browns.
Go Texans.
Texans. That has no
That's it. That's it.
Ooh, the big divisional matchup in the NFC East. The Commanders at the Giants.
Giants getting 2.5. Washington 6-0-1 against the spread their last 7. Giants 6-2 against the spread their last 8. I just think they're kind of both trending in opposite directions. I'm going, give me the commies.
Give me the commies. That's what Reagan said.
This sounds like a good setup for the old tie. I don't think either of them are good, and I think they're both going to struggle. So 5-5 tie.
Love it. Heineke's what, 5-1 as a starter?
Something like that.
Yeah, Heineke rocks. He's just fun to watch with a team you have no interest in. It makes it even better. Dable, I hope you continue your downswing. This is hilarious. Denver at Baltimore. Woo, the Rust train.
Baltimore giving 8. Denver is 3-8 on the year. If their offense had scored a minimum of 20 points in every game, they'd be 8-3.
Yeah.
Give me Baltimore.
I'm going to take Baltimore, even though I think they might choke in the end again. But I'll take Baltimore.
I was going to say the same thing. Baltimore, Lamar, if you blow this to Russell Wilson, I hate your face.
Then you will trade. You guys can be traded for each other and keep losing.
Miami at 49ers. A lot of Bills fans. This is definitely one to pay attention to.
San Fran giving 4. 49ers defense has not allowed a single point against them the last 4 games in the second half.
Yeah.
Going San Fran.
I'm going to go San Fran, but I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it'll be a very good game, yeah.
I think other than the Bills, this is the best defensive matchup for the Miami offense because San Fran's defense has a shit ton of speed and they hit hard. Bosa's the top 3 pass rusher in the league. He's awesome. Fred Warner's awesome. I think Shanahan is patient enough. Shanahan and McDaniel, they kind of, McDaniel was the 49ers offensive coordinator. So they're going to be
indeed.
trying to meet each other,
If the Niners had a good quarterback, I would say they could beat them real good, but they don't have a good quarterback.
But I don't think the Niners have the record that they have without Jimmy this year.
Exactly. I kind of agree with Billy there.
He's still not good.
It doesn't have to be.
He's not elite.
Well, indeed.
Speaking of elite quarterbacks.
They tried to get rid of him.
I know. They tried to give him away. Speaking of elite quarterbacks, Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks coming off an overtime loss to Oakland last week, which was crazy.
Las Vegas.
Damn it. At the Aaron Donald-less Rams.
Rams are getting 7. Rams at 3-8 have the worst 11-game start for a defending Super Bowl champ since the 87 Giants. And in 1987, that was a strike year, so they had scab players in there. So give me the Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Seahawks. I can't believe how good they're doing, but the Rams suck.
Yeah.
Go Birds. San Diego Chargers. San Diego Supercharger. At The Oakland Raiders. Neither of them are right.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Liar.
Las Vegas Raiders are giving a point. Las Vegas last week racked up 576 total yards on offense versus Seattle. I'm going with the Raiders.
I guess I'll go with the Raiders. But, man, they are a disappointing team this year.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They were supposed to be good.
So are the Chargers.
Well,
But they're still on the up. But it almost looked like Herbert was truly back last week, 3 TDs.
Yeah.
But the Raiders, if the Raiders play like they did last week, they're going to score points. Seattle's going to score points on you. You know what I mean? It's going to be a high-scoring affair. But if you're running back and have 303 yards of total offense and an 86-yard game-winning touchdown in overtime, they got the job done. They should have been doing this all season long. They are the most disappointing team in football. And it's their coach.
both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, both of them. San Diego should be fighting with KC for the division lead, which we all hope would happen, so they beat the crap out of each other. It's not happening. But KC is on the road at Cincinnati. What do you got?
I got Cincinnati getting 2 points. Past 2 seasons in the months of November, December, and January. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have only lost to one team, and that's Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Twice last year.
Exactly. So I'm going Cincinnati.
I'm just going to go Cincinnati because I want them to win.
Yeah.
And we kind of need them to win.
Yep.
But I have no trust in them. I don't know how they made it to the Super Bowl last year.
But
I do know how they did. They beat the Chiefs.
exactly.
There you go.
Is Jamar Chase playing on Sunday?
I do not know that.
Right. That's an interesting factoid there. If he's in, there's a better chance. Well, Cincinnati by 50. And a potential game of the week. Jimmer's going, what could be game of the week with the last 2 left?
No.
Indianapolis at Dallas.
Dallas giving 10. Dallas 4-2 against the spread at home. Colts 2-4 against the spread on the road. Give me Dallas. I'd take the points too on that one.
If this was on Saturday, I would take Indy. But it's not.
It's on.
But it's not.
Oh, it's not.
I'll take Dallas.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Indy, but it's going to be the Cowboys. Yes, my favorite Monday night matchup of all, because they usually beat him, Saints at Buccaneers.
Buccaneers giving 4. Last week, New Orleans was shut out by San Francisco. That was the first time they were shut out in 332 games.
2001.
21 years. New Orleans doesn't have it. Yes, they always beat Tampa Bay in the past, but I'm going Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where neither team is good, I don't think.
No, we're not very good at the very
And-
least.
I might take the Saints just because they always beat them somehow.
Yeah. I'm going Saints because I was in that city, and that city was in me, and it was fun. But I got nothing. Bills at Patriots. Jimmer, lay it on us.
All right, USA Today had New England getting 4. All right, as a road favorite this season, Buffalo is only 2-3-1 against the spread. But they are 3-0-1 against the spread their last 4 in New England. And
Ooh.
the Bills' last 12 primetime games, they are 10-2. Bills can't afford to lose any more division games. New England, I don't think is that good, but I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say Buffalo 24-20. And a push.
There's the push on the points.
This game has me nervous. But I think if Joshy comes out, let's
Let's up and go.
Bills by 3.
It's easy to get excited about the game. It really is. After what happened the last time we saw them, it's really easy to get excited. And then you watch the last, 4 Bills games, 3, 4, whatever, 2 wins, 2 losses in the last 4, and you go, shit, there's no way. You're on the road against a Belichick defense, but that was pretty good.
Knocked over your can on that one.
I know. Josh Allen, other than the rain or wind being 70 miles an hour, which he still threw for like almost 200 yards in that wind game last year.
They didn't decide to throw it till
the
they
end.
needed to.
Josh Allen eats Belichick defenses alive. They play a lot of zone, and then they try to man up when they shouldn't. Stephon Diggs is a man beater. A man beater, I said it.
At least he's not a woman beater.
Yeah.
Like Deshaun Watson.
I was going to go with it. He's
Nah,
a
I'm not gonna make
man
any
beater. No, not man eater, man beater. The Bills get their groove back tonight. Dang
Ooh,
it.
Score?
I remember when Stella got her groove back.
I never saw it. No, I think tonight they get their groove back against a defense that they shouldn't do well again. Historically, the guy's a genius, but yet every time the Patriots do not have an answer for Josh Allen, and they will not tonight. 46-6.
Wow,
Whoa.
I'll take it.
I'm going. I think. I don't.
I
give
will
a crap.
take it.
I don't give a hoot.
All right.
No,
No
owl
hoots, no
does.
craps, whatever.
Cool.
Well,
What a beautiful night.
I got chili.
Did you?
Yeah.
My hands are warm. Also
hand
hopped
warmers.
up on Mountain Dew and all sorts of shit.
Well,
Did you have dinner?
yeah.
Oh, you had pizza. Did you have dinner?
Yes, I did.
What'd you have?
Big salad and Easy Mac.
Big Salad is like Seinfeld. The Big,
Big
salad.
salad.
I had half a sub from Subway.
Well, what do you think? Let's go Buffalo.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Hey, got a game.
Let's kill him.